user want to get brought up to speed with what's happening in the world of juice, man, he tune in to the Adam podcast. That's Adam, that's Hard, that's Alberto, and that little Bambino Jermaine. These four guys, man, the YYC soldiers, man, make sure you never left in the dark.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 16 of Got 'em, the podcast from the YYC Soldiers. I am your host, Adam Diesel Power. I've got some ginger beer today from local brewery Annex.
Ginger beer.
Really nice ginger beer. Could be a little spicier, but it's not. Doesn't have as much bite.
Classic. A lot of times I've heard that. If it ain't from Jamaica, it don't have bite.
That President's Choice ginger beer that they did, I don't know when, 5 years ago, was crazy. That one had some major bite to it.
Yeah, back when President's Choice was going around the world and doing the little...
Crazy.
Yeah, no, that shit bites.
Anyways, we're getting off topic. This isn't the ginger beer chat. This is Got 'em. This is the sneaker chat show. I am joined by two folks today, the YYC Soldiers crew, Harkirat, King Kamba. Might show up later. He's a little bit busy with work, but he might pop in, so you'll see his face a little bit later. But we've got in the bottom, LeBron James, LA Lakers 23, Mr. Legal Hustle Clothing, Albert Miles Mejia. What up? Woo! Welcome. In the other corner, we've got Jamaican, JC, Southwest PE Poppy, Nation of Domination, Main Cummings.
You know what time it is. I'm back again. It's the triple threat match this week, man. They're going to have to deal with only three people. It's too bad, but it's got to go down.
Triple threat means no disqualifications.
That's right.
That's the rules. So let's get rolling this week. Anybody pick anything up this week? Anything new? Add into the collection?
Picked up a new action figure. My MJF action figure. Your favorite douchebag on TV.
Matthew J. Friedman.
It's funny. This MJF guy is a guy I've seen places and heard, but I've never heard him. I don't know much about him. I just see him with the scarf. I see him do some stuff every now and then, but I can't place him as a wrestler yet.
He's basically he's like the Miz.
Yeah.
Oh.
He thinks he's better than everyone. He's richer than everyone. He's like a child. He's really young, I think. But he's a child prodigy kind of thing.
And he comes from a rich family from what his story is like.
He was on Ellen when he was 4 for some reason. I can't remember what it was, but there's videos of him on Ellen, and he just plays up this I'm better than you kind of thing.
Industry kid.
Yeah. So
okay.
He's funny. He's a good heel.
Yeah. I like heels. Yeah. So I'm sure I'd like his work.
He's
you
cool.
got anything this week?
Yeah. I picked up, for a lot, it's pretty light. But for me, had to go down. These came out a couple years ago for way too expensive of a retail price. Way too expensive. But yet again, GOAT holds me down to my door for 165 Canadian smackaroos, man. I couldn't say no. This is one of those ones I was just waiting on to get down in price, and they finally did. Love Flight Posit 2s, love KG's old days, and the most important part is now I got the mommy and the daddy.
Oh.
Hey.
That's right. 20 years difference between the two pairs, but nonetheless, they are together. Perfect.
Did you have to go up a size on them? I find for mine, I wish I went up a size because I can't zip it up all the way.
Really?
Yeah, they're tight, zipped up.
I can't say I have that same issue, but I haven't put these retro pairs on yet. All my pairs, the 3 pairs I have right now are all OGs. So I haven't had issues
Yeah.
with them, but like I'll let you know when I put these on. I may be regretting it. We'll see. I went
Yeah,
through
because
the
my
size.
pairs from whenever they first retroed them, 2010. Yeah.
2010.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I'm gonna pick up this week. Is just
There
a
was
nice.
that new KG documentary's coming out. Hey,
It is.
yeah, there's a trailer that just came out. I think this week.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. KG was one of my guys growing up, so it's gonna be cool to see
check
him
that out
in his own words like that. It's gonna be dope.
Pretty good. I don't have any kicks this week. I got a new shirt. I don't know if you can see it from Weekend Drive. It's like a new local company. Shout out to what was his name? Alden. Yeah, he makes some cool cut and sew pieces out of Calgary, and he's into sneakers, into streetwear. So check out Weekend Drive. They're a local business. They work a lot with the dudes down at Less 17. He's friends with them, so check out his stuff.
You look like when player 2 chooses Cactus Jack on No Mercy. I like it though. I like it. It's a nice piece.
The player 2 colorway. Yeah, well, let's get it kicking off this week with what's coming out. So why don't we start at the top? I think these are coming out on Saturday. But we've got the Air Jordan 4 Taupe Haze, they're calling it. Kind of that Cactus Jack colorway, a tease of that. There was like a Cactus Jack 4 PE. I think that was like pretty much this color.
Yeah.
Back when the 4s came out. And so now we're getting...
Man, I see people changing the back tabs on those to put the Cactus Jack on there.
The Cactus Jack.
But
what am I missing with
Mankind
these?
Put some Mankind on that.
I'm with that. Bang bang. But really though, what am I missing something with these? Like they seem to be like garnering a whole bunch of hype, but I'm just like,
They get a lot of hype because of that sort of tie-in with the Cactus Jack Travis Scott stuff.
Consolation prize.
It's the same as the Mocha ones, where it's like, oh, you couldn't get the Travis Scott ones, but you can get these ones that are like almost that. So there's a lot of hype built around those, and then similar hype coming for these. The other thing is, what I've been hearing is there's not a lot coming out. Pretty low numbers.
Which is surprising.
I don't know if that's a shipping problem or who knows, but
I never, you know what's crazy? I don't know if it was like this, but I felt like in the early 2000s, colors like this, like a light brown or like a mocha, wasn't as popular compared to nowadays. Like, the shit will sell out fast. Like, obviously everything sells out, but like what we were always talking about, like these not like neutral colors are a huge hit now. Yeah, earth colors.
It's true. Like I think as recently as like 5-6 years ago, man, these are outlets.
Yeah.
These aren't anything. These are just getting passed over. But now you're telling me like these are getting, these are causing like bots to go to work. Like what?
Yeah.
Man, crazy to me.
Yeah. So these are coming out. I'm entered a couple raffles, see if I can get a pair.
Yeah.
See what they're like. But I'm not jumping out of the window to try to get them.
They're not bad, They're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a whole lot of solid 6 out of 10.
Back to what you said about the Browns and the Travis Scott tie-in. I was on another sneaker group and somebody was like, I just got my mochas in. What laces should I wear with them? And then people are like, oh, the white ones, the cream ones, the brown ones, whatever. And it took me like a while reading through the comments to realize this dude is talking about the Jordan 1s. And I was like, when you say mochas, when you say mochas, I'm thinking the Jordan 3s.
Tell you, boy, the sun is setting on our era. I tell you, man, like
it's a whole new generation out there, and everybody knew what they were talking about, and it was like tons of comments on it, lots of people putting their input in, and I'm sitting here like, you just wear the white ones in, like they only come with the white ones. You just wear the white ones. What are you talking about?
Yo, you know what's crazy though is like my mind right now when you said mochas, the 3s were in my mind, but when you said laces, I automatically had to switch it to Jordan 1s. It was just like automatic.
Straight up, man. Straight up. That's what's going down now, which is wild to me.
Feels
it's weird. You can't just call a mocha anymore.
You gotta say mocha 1. You got to say
Straight up.
what it is.
You
Yeah.
can't just double back on a nickname like that. Nicknames are already, you know, a hot topic as they are by themselves. But now when you're like, you know, retconning them for other sneakers, man, like something is wrong.
Like you can't say infrared and expect. I'm talking about like the 11 lows or like the
Right.
13 lows or anything. Like you,
Yeah.
one shoe.
Yeah.
It's a Jordan infrared, or it's if it's a Nike infrared, it's the Air Max.
I wish they didn't call them the mochas. They should have called them like the coffee beans or something. Just the mochas are the three.
Cappuccino.
Mm-hmm. Is it mocha brown that's on the shoe? I hope it is.
So that's the color they have on it. Yeah. So, anyways, let's keep moving along. The next shoe coming out this week is the Ready-Made Blazer. Now, I don't know a whole lot about Ready-Made. Anybody know? I think they're a Japanese brand.
I don't, but I like these.
Yeah, they've
I know
totally redone the shoe.
Yeah. I just I don't know. There's
two
something.
colorways: the white and the black.
It's a nice take on the Blazers for sure. In my opinion, some different.
Yeah,
What's the price point on these? Expensive?
They're not too bad. I think they're like 200.
Are they supposed to be like recycled materials? Is that the story
that's what
behind
the
it?
sole is kind of telling me, but I'm not sure. Wonder if they have pictures of the box on here. The boxes are kind of cool. Oh, they don't have.
Maybe they don't come with a box because it's one of those.
They come with a box.
One of those. We're trying to save the environment.
No, they definitely come with a box.
Yeah, Albert's right, man. A lot of companies tend to get like real wild when it comes to Blazer collabs, and I'm here for it, man. They're like a super basic shoe, so when companies get like real out the box like this, I'm always down to see, you know, what they look like, and these could go. These could go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
see
if I had them, I feel like they'd be hard to wear with my style of clothing. Just they're very Japanese.
Yeah, the big like the swooping swoosh is unique. I don't know if I love it. It's like dipping below the midsole line there. And then you've got the bungee cord lace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're like Adam said, they're unique.
Yeah.
I'll go there.
I can't hate them, but I can't full on love them.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a box.
That's a nice box.
Yeah.
I like that box.
Yeah. All right. While we're here, looks like King Kamba has entered, so let's get him into the chat here. I'm sure he's got something to say about these ready-mades before we jump off of these. But yeah, the boxes are pretty interesting. Definitely unique.
Hey.
My God, that's King Kamba's music. That's King Kamba's music.
He's cashing in. He's cashing in. The Rumble.
He's back.
At number 30, in comes King Kamba. What up, dude? How you doing?
What up? Sorry, I'm late, fellas.
All good. You got anything that you picked up this week? Anything you want to chat about?
No, I don't think I got anything this week. I got a pair of white Air Force Ones because you got to get a pair of Air Force Ones that are
Bro,
white.
you're from the Northeast, man. You're supposed to be wearing black.
No,
black
man.
Lows.
Come on, bro.
Come on, man.
It's not what we do. But yeah, I got a pair of those. Nothing else really. Actually, I got a pair of the Carmines from Sport Check.
Oh, did you get them?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Where are they? You got them?
Want to see them?
Yeah, of course.
All right, give me 2 seconds.
All right. Well, back to while we're waiting for Har, we got these ready-mades coming out. I don't want to jump to the next section just yet. What do you think of those bungee laces, Albert?
I like them because when I rock my Blazers, I don't always tie them. So the fact that I know that my shoe is going to be on my foot in case I have to chase after Carter, that's a plus.
It's the baby chasers.
That's the baby chasers.
Shoe. I mean, they got laces under in addition to the bungee, but all right.
Yeah.
So Har's back. Oh. He's got a Carmine 6. First guy on the team. How's the pink?
You know what? I don't know. I feel like there's a tinge there, but I don't know now if I actually think it's there or if I just see it a lot more.
It's all in your mind now.
It's hard to tell from. It's hard to tell from here.
I've got a pair of the older ones, and it does seem like these could be bleeding a little bit. versus the other ones. I mean, you got the Nike Air on the back on this one.
So what's a big difference besides the Nike Air from this one and the 2014 one?
Honestly, I didn't see much of a difference. Yeah, my brother and myself have a pair of the 2014 pair. Yeah, other than that, I mean, that was basically it. Like, you can't really see it in the pictures, but it does look like a shade.
Oh yeah, okay, I can kind of see it. I don't know.
Bring it closer.
It's a different white, which makes me think.
Yeah, it's not exactly the same white as the top leather.
Yeah.
So it does look weird, even on the plastic side when you see it over here.
Yeah, just that little.
Yeah, it looks a little bit pink. Backside, again, it looks like a shade, just a little bit different.
Someone dropped a little bit of pink or like red.
Yeah, it just looks like just a little bit different. And then like the biggest place you can see them is actually inside the air bubble on the inside bit. That's where it looks really pink. You can't see it on this guy here, but my brother was the first one to notice it. He was like, "What the hell, dude? It's super pink on the inside." So
crazy.
That's what's up. Are those board blasted? The sixes? Do they got the cardboard blast in there underneath the insole?
Yeah, still got the cardboard. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I gotta shout Jordan Brand out on that, man, because on a lot of retros they don't do the original lining like they used to. So the fact they're still board blasting sixes, shouts to them for that. I can respect that.
Yeah, they're not bad. I mean, aside from the regular glue, mishaps. Other than that, we're okay.
That's dope.
Yeah, solid color, classic colorway.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with them.
I was gonna buy them, and then I saw them, in stock, and I was like, might as well.
You just get them online?
Yeah, just online.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good. Easy pickup from Sport Check.
Yeah. I didn't think they were going to have them, but they sort of went in and out of stock every now and then, so I just kept checking back. Lo and behold, they shipped one.
You did it.
Yeah. Cool. Not bad.
Cool. Well, while we're sitting here, we were chatting about the ready-made blazers. What do you know about ready-made, Har? You know anything about them?
Can't say that I do enough.
Japanese brand. That's about it.
Yeah, exactly. I remember seeing them around when we were out in Japan and stuff like that. And I think even London has something where they have like a pop-up or something with ready-made. I can't remember now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, like, expensive clothes, the usual,
sure.
Right? I do like these blazers though. They're kind of fire. I don't mind them.
Which one are you jumping out for?
I think I like the black one more because I like that orange swoosh.
Yeah, the orange swoosh.
Yeah, I think it's the pop. Yeah.
I feel like those white ones, they have like an off-white feel.
Yeah, they look too off-white.
Yeah.
The bungee, the orange.
Yeah,
orange.
man. I don't know why, but everything has to have orange in it nowadays when they do white with Nike. There's always a little bit of orange.
Nike has always been orange.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean? Like after the off-whites, it's almost been like everything has a hit of
they're
orange.
always trying to look for a little bit of like translucent shit somewhere.
Yeah.
No, I feel you.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next release for the week. We've got an Air Force One, very similar to the Kith Air Force One that came out a couple months ago, the Knicks one.
Yeah.
But we've got Kith Paris Air Force One.
I
can dig it.
I've seen these all week. I'm like, yo, these are bangers.
These are nice.
Yeah. So you've got the pre-yellowed midsole, outsole. You got the Paris flag, little swoosh on the toe.
That liner, man. That liner.
Is that velour?
Velvet? Yeah, velour.
And then you got
cozy
crocodile print. I wonder if there's a close picture.
Yeah.
Like a crocodile print of the Kith logo in this mid panel.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, lots of really nice details on these.
Yeah.
This for like one of their store openings or something? I think that's what it was for, right?
Let's we'll get to that.
Kith AOP.
That might be the next topic. You're jumping ahead.
If anyone in the city has to get them, shout out to Calby. I know Calby's a huge Kith fan.
Calby definitely.
Calby is the Kith man. Cool. All right, let's you jumped the gun, Har, but
all right.
That was my next topic. Kith is a Brooklyn-based brand started by Ronnie Feige. And he, where do they have stores now? I don't know. I think they have 2 in New York.
Got one in London.
One in London. Do they have one in LA? Maybe.
I think they've got one in
I
LA.
think so. Yeah.
I don't know, but they just opened their first store in Paris, and it's the flagship store. It's pretty wild. It's pretty crazy. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure Har's seen it, but I don't know if
I actually did not.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
So this is the
damn,
kids'
look at that
store.
architecture.
What is that? Is that a church?
It's an old Parisian building
Wow.
that they took over.
That's
Wait, like that
crazy.
whole building is theirs?
What's that?
The whole building?
Yeah, I think it's 4 stories, 3 stories, 4 stories.
What?
Yo,
crazy.
no, that has to be a hotel. That has to be Kith Hotel or some shit.
Wait till we go through the pictures. You'll see.
All right,
You'll
let's
see.
see it. Let's see it.
So you got the front entrance, pretty ostentatious, I'd say.
Yeah.
What shoes are these? These Air Max 90s?
Air Max 90s.
You got a whole
What
bunch.
could be Air
This
Max
looks like
1?
a finish line. Hey, Julian.
Oh god damn.
Those ones.
Oof.
Are they Air Max 1s?
I think they're Air Max 1s.
Yeah, I think they're Air Max 1s.
Hard
Yeah.
to tell.
Yeah,
So you
ones,
come
it is hard
through,
to
this
tell.
is your sort of lobby where they have
Wow.
books, they have a lounge,
Got a concierge or what?
toys.
Where do I check in?
Hey, okay.
Yeah, then you come in.
This is a flagship right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a few other things. Here's saying.
Oh, yo, the Air Force Ones match the liners of the Air Force Ones match the couches.
Yeah, they do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then you got, I don't know, this Sedell's bar. I don't know if it's like a chain or something. It must be. But they have a little lounge where you can get
That's
drinks.
Damn.
Pretty
I thought they were gonna have
posh.
a. I thought they were gonna have a cereal bar. I thought that was gonna be a cereal bar.
Treats, right?
Just
yeah,
wait.
they have that in London.
Maybe you should just wait because
Oh, it's coming. The
pretty,
kid.
pretty crazy like foliage installation
Wow.
with that
This
kit.
is
Then you got this
insane,
huge
dude.
vault
What
in the
Yeah.
courtyard.
This is beautiful.
Who
man.
thought Kith was racking it in like this?
I know. Like a lot of people are making fun of them because like, who do you think they are? Do they think they're Gucci? Do you think they're like Louis Vuitton or Hermes trying to? Because those places have these things there, and
Yeah.
they're making fun of them because it's like you're just selling Captain Crunch hoodies and like Lucky Charms T-shirts.
Yo,
you
man, the
can't
man
have a
made
place
it.
like this, and it's like
Yo, streetwear is the new luxury wear.
it is.
Good for them,
Man made it.
Good for
It
them.
is.
Yeah.
So,
But
let's move a
Ronnie's
little
always
quicker.
been getting.
There it
Ronnie's
is.
always been getting heat. Oh, there we go. Yeah,
So
Ron's
there you
always
go.
been
There's
getting
your
heat.
cereal bar. Yeah, all the different cereal, ice cream, all the stuff
Yeah.
you can get.
What's France's big cereal export? Le
I don't
Flex?
know. I don't even know if they drink cereals. Is like an American thing.
Applejack.
Sugary. Then you got this crazy
Apple Jacques.
Apple Jacques,
Applejack.
crazy staircases. You got the Air Max 1.
Okay,
Looks like an Air Max 1.
Yeah.
Chandelier. Here's the view from the second floor.
I get it.
Or the
I
first
get
floor,
it.
Crazy,
first
dude.
floor.
I get the reason why his store looks like this is because it's like you gotta adapt to your environment, right? So
Yeah. Exactly.
if Hermes and all them are like this, like why would you have a ghetto looking store beside all these,
Exactly. So
high-end stores?
here's your shoe room.
Jeez, yo.
Super clean. Super clean.
So clean.
Here's a bunch of the Air Force Ones on the left. You can see them.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having to clean the store up at night? Every night you gotta clean
Crazy.
up.
Crazy.
I need to see all that and just to think of like some mom bringing in her kid being like, do you have less size 44 for my son for basketball? And it's just like, meanwhile, you got cereal bar here, foliage there,
Yo,
chandelier over there.
It'd be funny if you're that guy that goes to Kiss and you know those people that try on shoes and just like run around the store making it look like they're gonna steal
Oh
something.
yeah. Run out of the building.
Maybe escorted out pretty quick. So here you got,
Man.
I think this is the women's section. Maybe some, no, this looks
Kid?
like all women's section.
Yeah.
Might be
Yeah.
some men's stuff.
That's a nice spot, man.
The Kith branded stuff, pretty clean. Then
Man,
they
I
got-
went to the Kiss store in New York. What I don't know which one it was, but the one in New York, I think
In Brooklyn?
Soho.
Oh, so-
Brooklyn? No, Soho for sure.
Mhm.
And I mean, it was nice, but to see this, I'm like, dang, man,
Yeah.
to be a store that's from New York to blow up like this in
Yeah.
another country.
And pretty new. Like it's a relatively new brand.
Yeah,
right?
I think it all started off from the joggers because Ronnie was the first one to kind of make a jogger pant. That's like the story behind some of the like how he kind of blew up.
Then we got women's, more of the women's room. Yeah, maybe it's only a couple. So then
Can
there's
you
like
imagine?
a basement area.
Yo, there's gonna be hella people taking Instagram photos here. Like you're gonna have
It's free press. That's why they do this kind of stuff.
yeah.
Right? It's free press. Like look at this.
That's
like
cool, man.
This is like a airport lounge.
Yeah. Changing rooms? Is that?
They call it an
Or it could be
activation space, which is I think like Instagram influencer space.
Activation space.
Man, it's almost like when you have a store, you have to have that now.
You do.
You gotta have a place where they can make their TikToks and post up because that's like you said, free press, man. That's dope.
Yeah, that's what you do. So yeah, maybe they do own the whole building, but it looks like they only use main floor, basement, and first. In Europe, they call the second floor the first floor, right?
Yeah.
So the second floor, maybe they have offices upstairs. Maybe they have stock upstairs. Who knows? They must have the whole building, I would imagine. But it's not all quite kitted out like this.
That's cool, man. I love this. I love this Air Force.
He must be sort of moving locations to be in Paris now for a while, I guess. Otherwise, why do this?
Yeah, he must be there for a while, or he's got a partner or something.
Like the inside of a luxury cruise liner, man. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
that's Air Force One.
Yeah, it's a
Air Force One.
It's like airplane windows, airplane seats, but like luxury seats. This ain't coach.
Wow.
This ain't coach.
That's a nice spot, dude.
So yeah,
Kith. All right,
that
Keith.
Air Force One release is coming out. I think the store opens tomorrow in France, so it might actually be opening very soon because we are.
Wow. Anyone from France listens to our podcast. Let us know how this is.
Let us know what the Kith store is like. Nobody here is going to be going
send us a pair.
Let us know. Send us a pair. I'm a size 10. I'm a US 10. I think that's a 43.
So we can review it.
Just know when you come over here to North America and go into Kith, you're going to get the death look. It's not going to be like that.
Yeah.
Ask you what the fuck you want. All right.
No.
Man, when I went to Kith in New York, it was crap, man. I had to like shimmy sideways to go see some people and like to look at some of the exhibits. I had to like squeeze in.
Yeah, the Kith store in London is in a bigger sort of building called Selfridges. Basically just high-end shit in there. And so they just have like one section in that big, I don't even want to call it a mall. It's just a gigantic store.
What you eating on there? Right? You got some Cheetos going down there? What you chewing on there, man?
Apples.
Okay.
We talking about Apple Jacks. We got some apples going on.
But yeah, so I don't know. It wasn't too bad. In that store, they've got like Bape's got their own section. Hermes has got their own section. So Selfridges is huge, but nothing close to that. So
No, that place was gorgeous. That is the space.
Yeah, it's like Dover Street Market is what it kind of reminds me of. Dover Street Market is a big like department store, but it's like a high-end streetwear department store. Same as Har's talking about. Like they got a Bape section, they got a Supreme section.
Yeah.
I just went to the one in Tokyo a couple years ago, and like all their stores. I've been to the one in New York, the one in Tokyo, and they're like all so unique, all different. They change up the floors every couple months, new brands, new layouts, everything like that. So if you're wanting to like have like high concept store design, like Kith has that. I think that's what they're going for, and that's going to set them apart definitely.
I know. In London, End Clothing is the other one, which is basically you go in and the whole place is just marble, or it looks like marble, probably not real marble, obviously. But yeah, so it's made to look that way. Same type of benches and things like that. That one is 2 floors in London. Obviously, there's only the one End store. I think there's maybe one in Glasgow or something as well. Can't remember. I don't know how that one looks, but that one's probably the one that reminds me most of this guy, the Kith one here. That's it.
Well, let's jump ahead. We got another shoe coming out this week that I wanted to give its own section. We've got the Clot Air Max 1 Kiss of Death. This is coming back for the first time since 2006. I would wager, I guess, that this was the first clear toe shoe, or was the Espo first?
I think
I
that's
think
what
the
weren't Invisible
Espos
Women's before these?
I don't think Invisible Women's were.
I thought they were.
Were they?
06? I think
Yeah.
they're before 06.
Like, wasn't it 04? Invisible Woman?
Something like that. So 04, 03. Something like that.
Yeah, it might be.
I think they're before 06. I'm like pretty confident.
Yeah, they're 06 also.
Oh.
That was the era of the clear toe, I guess.
What?
I think the Invisible Women's were 06.
When did the clear?
According to StockX.
When did the transparent Air Jordan 7s come out?
They never came out. I don't
They
know what you're
were
talking
Mandy's exclusive.
Oh, they did. What you
No,
about. They
mean?
didn't come out.
What you mean, Albert?
100%. Yo,
What
shout
you
out to
mean, Har?
my
They came
boy,
from y'all section. They came from y'all little quadrant. That's where they came from.
100% legit had them first, bro.
All right, well,
I didn't see them there.
I'm taking this
Got
back.
depths on my
I think the
Mandy's.
Espos were first, so I'm going to take this back. One of the only shoes to have a clear toe. One of very few coming back out. They're available in the Hong Kong store, Clot, or there's this Juice app that you can enter. I made an account, tried to enter. We'll see what happens. But so far, those seem to be the only places dropping them. Probably sneakers in the U.S., but
Man, I love how he always does the translucent soles with something under, like, at the bottom.
Yeah, those are cool.
yeah,
Mhm.
these are nice.
Except on the 14s, though. That kind of like is like, what?
Yeah,
these
you know,
solid.
Yeah.
I thought he would have done something on the 14.
Yeah,
Like,
after the 13 sole was banger.
Mhm.
And you go 14s up. Man, everyone wants invisible shoes until them bitches
yo,
start
is that
to
a
start
real?
to
Is that his
hotbox.
real hair?
I'm
Hell
not a
no.
fan of these. Yeah.
Hell no.
That's
That's not
spray
his real
painted,
hair.
man.
Beijing.
Yeah. I've never
So-
been a fan of the clear toe, so
Nah, man. They look wild when they start to hotbox.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Where
was about to say,
a lot of
like,
Air Max guys have it, but I was just like, I don't know, I can't do it. The rest of the materials are amazing. I just wish it
Don't
wasn't.
tell me.
clear
Don't tell
toe.
me you're not after this though, Har.
I entered for it. If I get it, I'll be happy. But like, I would not be searching for it or paying
Okay.
above any price for them because
Okay.
I had a few chances to get them from like the older Air Max One guys, and I passed on them every time. So if I get them, I get them. If not, I'm not sweating it out.
is it me or does the shape of it kind of look funny, or is it just because of the translucent?
I think it's just the translucent because it kind of whips. It dips in,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
the suede kind of puffs out over top of it. on the
Okay.
toe.
Maybe that's what it is. I'm
I
like
think
looking
it's-
at it from the side.
I'm not sure if it's basically a no liner.
Oh, maybe
Like,
that's
remember
why.
when they did like all those dunk no liners and stuff?
Yeah.
Super thin around the collar and
Yeah.
super thin tongue.
Not
Yeah.
performance.
No, not at all.
Not performance, no. NL, they called it, right?
Man, imagine
I know that.
seeing someone wearing these in wintertime
I just
and
can't.
then
do
walking into a mall and their foot's just like wet.
Yeah. With the defrost on.
Yeah, even when you put like socks on with them, it still looks weird because you see like the clear bit, and then you have a space in between, and then you see your sock, and you're like, shit,
Yeah.
They
it doesn't
need,
fit
like-
properly. You're like, damn it.
Like the Espos came with socks, right? The Espos came with
Yeah.
socks that had designs at all the spots that were
Yeah,
clear,
That was
which
open.
was super
Yeah,
cool. These needed something like that.
But even with those, after a certain amount of time, you can't see shit, man. Them shits
Yeah.
fog up right away.
Yeah.
Whenever you see someone
Yeah.
wear invisible shoes, them shits are fogged the hell up
Man,
Yeah.
all the
when I
time.
used to see
Man.
people wearing the Invisible Women's, it was like, ew, man.
Yeah, right.
You want to buy these? No, I'm good.
yeah.
It's like, damn, is that what we put our feet through? Like, is that what's going on in there? Like, shit. Golly.
But you know, those are like anything that's translucent. I always want to get a pair that's like smaller than my usual size, because you know, if you have a little bit of space, it just looks stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I remember when those 7 came out, some people were walking in with like no socks.
Ooh,
Fucking hilarious.
that's a look right there.
Yeah.
So funny,
That's a
dude.
look.
I was
No
like
socks.
so disgusted. No socks.
You got to make sure you get your toes done, man.
Yeah, what is happening? That's just
Yeesh.
skin colorway.
Yes.
Wet skin colorway.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Got the Caucasian clots on today.
Well, I got a new a fresh topic to bring up. We've been following this all day, but they've been doing the Dorenbecker freestyle launch. Tonight,
shit! I forgot about that.
it's going on right now, and they've been talking about the shoe. They announced it's going to be an Air Jordan 1 high, and it's going to be Jermaine found an image. I think it was like Z Sneaker Heads. Is that who usually does it?
Yep.
They had a launch that teased that it was going to be a collaboration, like a what the of all the Dorenbeckers, except for the 4. In their picture, they didn't have a 4, but I think they ended up with using a 4. But it's basically a Jordan 1 what the Dorenbecker. There's one pair out there that they're auctioning off right now, and then they're going to do 16 other pairs in the future. And they're all going to be stupid priced. Let me quickly bring this up. What's the...
You got any images of them yet? Or we're still waiting?
Yeah. Hold on. We're getting there. We're getting there.
What's the bid up at right now?
Yeah, I was trying to see what the bid was at. It crashed on me. Oh, they might have
Last time we saw them, what? They were there 110?
Adam, what did you put for the
110
bid?
US.
An
Was the
hour ago?
highest bid.
What was the bid you put up? 85,000?
I put up 85,000.
He put up $85.
The highest bid that I was seeing, $1 million.
Who is this, Dr. Evil?
$1 million.
The bids were like 700. Marcus Jordan was in there at 700,000.
Bro, he needed money for these, so that's why he backdoored every trophy room one.
Yeah, it looks like the top bidder is, or was, I can't even look anymore, but it was like 1.1 million.
God,
that is insane. Yeah. That's going to be
someone
like,
who doesn't want them.
That's the highest.
Crazy.
Price.
That's somebody who doesn't want them for sure.
Yeah.
Man, I guarantee there's someone in
donating that
right
to the
now
school, to the hospital.
Someone
All right,
just bidding.
So you guys ready to see it?
Yes.
I don't know.
I haven't seen
feel
it.
disappointed already.
You guys ready to see it? Here it is.
Big old pass. Jason Kidd behind the back.
Yo, Jimmy,
Jason
we were just talking about how these could be like the biohacks.
Yeah, and look at that one. Yeah, look at the right one.
Yeah.
Like that's the fucking biohack
So
joint.
you got the Jordan 4. I see the 8 sole, 4 on the here, 6 on the heel, 8's up here, 13 toe, 2's up here.
I hope whoever wins this wears them. Just wear them, please. You're rich. It doesn't matter. You're bidding $1 million. Just wear them.
The Jordan 1 heel, the 14. You got the 12 sole. You got the 9. I think there's another picture here.
You couldn't even put Nike Air on the tongue? Come on, man.
You couldn't even put OHSU Dorenbecker or something.
Come on, man.
These are ugly.
I wonder if there's nice additions. Like, I know Jermaine always knows about this, but like all the details, right? Like, are you going to have some cool imprint on the inside of the tongue? Like some cool insoles? Like, what do you have?
Like listing off the shoes or something. That'd be cool on the insole.
Probably the names, listing the names, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So
like on the left shoe, it lists off all the shoes and then what part, like a blueprint. That'd be cool.
No.
Wow.
Just give us that 11, man. They're holding that 11 out in front of us like a carrot in front of us.
I still wouldn't buy it.
Come on.
Yeah, they've done Jordan 1 through 15. No Jordan 11.
What are they man?
If that's what the 11 was going to look like, I'm not mad. They should wait a couple more years.
That's true.
I
That's
hope-
true.
I
I'm,
hope it
I'm
was
pretty
a
happy,
TikToker that
Jermaine,
won.
that they didn't push it on this one.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you have a what the 11.
Yeah.
That'd be a thing. That would be a
And
thing.
me trying to get one of 16 pairs in the world. Yeah, that is not happening.
Yeah, but out of the 17 pairs or the 16 pairs, you'd probably be the only one wearing them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the damn
1.1
truth.
million? I don't know what I would be doing with them. I'd be buried with them. I'd be cashing in on my life insurance policy. All right. Well, that sort of leads us into our topic of the week. Last week we did Jordan 1s. We talked extensively about the Air Jordan 1 and all its different iterations. This week, why don't we continue that train and jump into the Air Jordan 2? Anybody want to jump up and give us a little backstory on the Jordan 2?
Bruce Kilgore, man. Bruce Kilgore, first shot at designing an Air Jordan, knocked it out the park. Made in Italy with the luxurious leather. Unfortunately, we didn't see too many on-court shots. I think it was limited to I think it was 20 games Michael was able to wear these for before he broke his foot.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to see a whole lot of games in him, but nonetheless, man, these things were wild futuristic in 1986.
And they were luxury. They were considered a luxury shoe.
They were straight up, man.
That
made
Italian
in Italy.
leather.
Made in Italy.
Yeah, made in Italy, and they're so leaps and bounds ahead of the one as far as the design goes, because everything kind of more or less mirrored the one in the mid 80s. So when you come out with something like this, man, it is polarizing as hell. So Bruce Kilgore, man, shouts to him, and this is a hell of a way to design your first Air Jordan to come out of the gate like this, because.
But it's also like you say, it's leaps and bounds ahead, but it's also you can see where it comes from too. Like the 1 to the 2 to the 3, as it goes along, you see how it is slowly transitioning, right?
Yeah.
It's still definitely influenced by the 1 and takes a lot of cues from the 1, but it is, like you said, it's totally its own thing.
For sure.
But it definitely takes its cues, and you can see, nowadays you don't see that as much with you have recently the 35, 34s. They kind of slowly are improving on one another. But for a while they were just kind of all totally new. But back then they were sort of following a line, right?
For sure. And shouts to Kadeem Hardison. Y'all might know him as Dwayne Wayne from It's a Different World, because he wore the hell out of these in 1986. All colors, the lows, the ones with the black sole, the ones without the black sole, man. He wore that. I saw that shoe on It's a Different World more than I saw anywhere else. So shouts to him obviously on reruns, being able to wear those and all different kind of wild styles with double crossed laces and tongue flipped over, all that wild stuff. So shouts to him, because every time I see the 2, I think of It's a Different World for sure.
But with all that said, the shoe was, I think, a pretty big flop for Nike.
Yeah.
And whether that is due to the style or how it looked, or whether it's to Michael not playing in it for a whole season, that's probably a huge hit. It was definitely a flop, and it did very poorly. The 1 had so many colorways, and it ended up on outlets and clearance racks as well. But the 2, people weren't buying it in droves. People weren't as excited about it.
It also didn't have the swoosh. I remember that was one of the big things why they hated it was you took off the iconic logo off of Nike.
Right.
For the first time ever. It was the first time ever, I think, that Nike had a shoe with no logo on it.
Yeah, it says Nike on the sole.
And it's got the wings
and on the back.
And it's got the wings. So a new logo, the Air Jordan logo, which is now an iconic logo. But back then, maybe it was too much for people.
Too much all at one time.
For sure.
This shoe is extremely passed over by regular sneakerheads. People won't be caught dead in a 2 unless it's a super hype
That's
shoe.
sad.
And they don't come out very often. There was a time, we'll go through the chronology of the shoes, but there's a time in 2005 to 2015 that a bunch came out. But outside of that, there haven't been a lot of releases of Jordan 2s. So
they need to release them true to OG fashion. As you can see on that OG pair we got on the screen right now, they don't have any kind of pinstriping on that on the upper, whereas all the retros had that red pinstriping, or sometimes it was black, and it's they need to bring it back true to form like this with the white pinstriping. It's a completely different look. It changes the shoe completely. So we have yet to see this remastered Air Jordan 2 release.
Well, let's roll through the colorways. We've got the first OG colorways. You've got the white, black, and red. You got the white, gray, and red. This, like Jermaine says, no piping. Here you got the piping on this neutral gray one. And then you got 2 lows. So you got the same colorways, just in lows.
I think the 2 lows were my favorite ones. The favorite, out of the...
Your favorite low? Or your favorite out of these ones?
Favorite out of these ones. I never really liked the highs. The lows, I fuck with those ones.
I've never been a big fan.
I found them really tight. I always had to get a size up in a 2.
Did you?
I actually have
They're
never owned a
short.
2.
They were like short on the toe. I always felt.
I went pretty true to size. Adam, you remember when we stacked a pair of these away back in 04, the lows?
Yeah,
When those lows came out, when you hit them
white
with
and
we hit them with the butanes.
yeah. We'll get to this. We'll get to that later once we get there.
Yeah.
So then, no Jordan 2s for 7 years. Then they retro in 1994. The first time they started retroing sneakers, they did the Jordan 1, the 2, and the 3. So we got that white, black colorway, and then we got a.
And these ones weren't made in Italy, right? These retros.
Right. The retros.
Yeah, I don't think so.
right.
Just their
They weren't
originals
made in Italy no more?
made in Italy.
No.
Then we sit on them again for another decade. And then we're coming back in 2004, come out with the white, black, and red. Here you go with the piping that Jermaine is talking about. You got this like black piping with like a red. You can see it a lot more if you're looking down at the shoe. You can see the red coming out, but it's kind of hidden behind the black from that lateral view.
Completely changes the look of the shoe. It's not bad, but it's not as good as the OG look.
And the first black colorway, a black and silver. This came out in 04 as well. And then the Mellows. This was it this same year he got drafted or the year after?
This is the year after.
The year after.
The year after.
Yeah, I
So
think
Mellow in his second year with the Denver Nuggets gets Denver Nugget Mellow colorway of the Jordan 2. Alongside that, here we go with what Jermaine was talking about. These white and red lows. We had a white midnight navy low, white varsity maize low. These are, you cannot find a pair of these anymore that isn't yellowed to high hell. Like everything is yellow on them. And then a women's one, a pink.
Oh man, I remember those.
Pink.
Shit.
Yeah.
I haven't seen those in a hot minute.
Yeah, Jermaine. You remember stashing these.
Brother, oh man, like nobody's business. Turning the box around so nobody could see the tag. And we thought we were so smart putting these Air Jordan boxes amongst a whole bunch of Nike boxes. Like, yeah, man, no one's going to find these. And no one did because we ended up buying them months down the road for 50 off. I remember. Same day. We bought them both the same day. And it worked, man. But those, oh man, I don't know. Design-wise, I love them. Hard, man. Talk to me. What is it about the two that's never really gotten you into getting a pair?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I brushed up on like my history and stuff on them, and when I watched some of there's like videos on YouTube and stuff talking about how it was made and everything, and it's like, oh shit, these are actually pretty dope. But I don't know. I just don't think like the design is there for me. I don't know if it's the swoosh not being there, but I don't even know if you added the swoosh if it would really change it. I think it still like wouldn't look great. But yeah, I don't know. It feels like more of like, I know they were going for that designer look, which is what I see there. So like you see like there's like Balenciagas and stuff like that, which have somewhat of a similar shape to these ones. Obviously they're a little bit more heavier, a little bit more bulky. The ones that I'm thinking of in my head right now, I can't remember the name, but I've never liked those ones either. It just seems like simple shoe. So maybe that's why. I do like those twos. I like that Mellow too. And I think that, you know, with the right colorway, maybe they could do something with it, but I haven't really seen one that I really, really like. Yeah.
Well,
No, I think most
as
people
we
share
go
that
through them,
sentiment.
maybe you'll see something that pops out
Yeah.
that you forgot about.
Man, that's a
I
wild
doubt
trade,
it, but yeah.
You can't do that. You can't do that anymore working at a Foot Locker, champs. You can't just hide sneakers.
I bet not.
No.
Yeah, I couldn't
Then you
imagine
got
what's
you
up
got
there now.
whole like what's that thing where they would loss prevention would be coming in looking for these pairs.
Yeah. You be doing the counts.
Um,
All right, then after 05, 07, the first Dorenbecker release or the only Dorenbecker release of Jordan 2s.
oof.
I regret.
Did we see?
Yeah, that's right. I'm waiting on it. Come
I
on, Adam.
regret it. I always
There you
say
go.
first time I went to New York in 2010, and this was back when Flight Club had two stores. They had the Soho store, that was their big store, and then they had a small store also in Soho that was all used stuff. And I went in. They had a little section in the back, and they had a pair of these in a size 10.5, and they're asking $200 US, and it was like a 9 out of 10, and I was like, that's too much.
Hey, it was a different time.
That's
it
too
was.
much.
That
And
was,
that
a lot
was
of money
that was
back
kind
then.
of
For a
that was
used
kind of when
shoe.
our dollar was 1 to 1, wasn't it?
Yep. Oh yeah.
True,
Yeah.
true. But just like the fact of shoes costing
I was
that
like,
much,
that's
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
That's
Like,
too
wait a
much.
second.
Especially for a used sneaker, $200. You're like,
Yeah.
Hey,
And,
yeah.
At the time, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and a
back then.
pair has never really come my way for anything reasonable since, and I'm still searching for one. And I really want this pair, but they like all the ones I find are just crumbling. Like they're just like shredded. They're peeled. The
noticed that.
midsole is falling apart.
Disconnect.
The back
I've
tab-
noticed that a lot of these. I don't know. You think that's a design flaw? Because I'm not seeing that with any
Yeah.
other twos, but all the twos I
Yeah.
find of DBs are just like all separated from the midsole. I'm like, what's going on
Yeah,
with
like
you?
I never see two separated. But
You know what it is?
Sure.
You know what it is? I guarantee you it's motherfuckers who don't wear the shoe and then they wear it 10 years old or when it's
Yeah.
11 years old.
Yeah.
And then they just bust them up.
And that's my worry about getting a pair is like I'd be getting a pair that somebody hasn't worn for
Yeah.
20 years.
Beware.
So yeah. So anyways,
Good call.
that was the next Jordan. Then we had the Countdown Pack era. For those that don't know, this is when they released a package, a 2-pack of Jordans every month for a whole year. They did I'm not going to go in order, but they did like the 1s and 22s. They did the 2s and 21s, the 3s and 20s. So you had to get 2 pairs. So these ones, the original white and silver, white, silver, red Jordan 2 came with a black and red Jordan 21. Both shoes that people do not like very much. So these sat for a
that was the worst
time.
pack out of all of them.
Oh, I got these.
I
got
love
these
those twos.
for.
I was excited for those twos. First time they were getting retroed, so
Yeah,
I was
me too.
I was all after these. Like first
Me
time
too, but
86.
I waited, and on Boxing Day they went on 50 off. And
Oh,
then
shit.
they were, and then I
Snatched.
got 50 off that, or 30 off, or whatever. and I
Stack
got
them up,
for
man.
so
Stack up
cheap.
the deals.
Yeah, and then I wore them, and now they're gone. But rest in peace. Then we had the same year, we had these M&M ones. These were just friends and family. Like these didn't actually come out really to the public. I know one guy in Calgary has a pair. I saw him
Yeah.
this summer. West,
Oh, wow.
shout out to West Sung. He had a pair in this little pop-up shop. He was kind of showing
Yeah.
off his collection and selling some shoes. And he actually has a pair of these with a T-shirt that goes with it.
These
Wow.
were- I did see these in person. These were pretty nice.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Then 2010, the 25th anniversary of Jordans, a bunch of silver Jordans came out. The 2s came along with them. It's like an all
much-
silver 3M.
Yeah, these things hit patent leather as well, man. These things, these are one of my favorite pairs of twos that I own. I have 4 pairs of twos, but these, I had no idea they were patent before I picked up a pair, and I was like, "Whoa, we got patent on these, 3M on these."
this part right here with the holes.
Right.
Yeah, and then
Yep,
around the toe.
patent there. On the heel, it's got Air written on the back as opposed to being Nike. It's like, okay,
Nike.
these are different, man. These
Yeah.
are different, and that's some nice tumbled leather up front too. It's hard to tell in that picture, but take my word for it, it's some nice ass leather on that thing. Better leather than I've ever seen on any other twos before this. So, shouts to JB in 2010.
Well, right as you say that, we've got probably the best quality leather on any Jordan 2 is the Bin
Yeah.
Premio collection. Sort of
I
based
guess.
I forgot about the twos. I forgot about
Yeah.
the twos in the bin pack.
chocolate. I always call these like the chocolate. They look like that.
You're gonna call them the mochas?
Never called them the mocha. Not a mocha. They're a dark cinder, apparently. So, but you wouldn't call it. They're still the 14s are cinder. You got those 14.
Yeah,
Which
true.
ones? Yeah, the 14s were cinder.
that's
So you
true.
can't just call it a cinder. We were talking about this earlier. How now that there's like a mocha Jordan 1, the mocha 3s, you can't just say a mocha anymore.
Yeah.
Like before, you would say, "Oh, I got my Jordan mochas. I'm gonna wear those today." Everybody knows you're talking about the 3s, but now it's up in the air. You got to be a bit more
Yeah.
precise.
Yep.
So premium materials on that one. Then we got into this quarterfinals. What does anybody know why they started calling them quarterfinals?
I don't know the reasoning behind quarterfinals, but I know all the quarterfinal stuff had slight differences. So like this pair obviously has the different color heel tab than the OG release. So I'm like, I just kind of tied it to little differences, but I literally don't know why they're called quarterfinals as opposed to not.
So we had a bunch of different quarterfinals colorways. We had this original color, the white black, has Nike on the heel. But then we jumped to Jordan on the heel for the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I think this one's part of the candy pack. I'm throwing it in there.
Yeah. I like that candy pack when they came
University
out.
Blue,
Cool.
yeah.
For sure.
And
Yeah, the candy cap was fire, dude.
For sure.
then another black and white. And then we got into the real candy pack. A varsity red, all red, a classic green, and a Del Sol maize.
All three bangers, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think yellow for me is the one I'd be after if I could find
I think mine would be green.
Yes, sir. I'm with you, Albert. I like the green.
Har, what you taking?
I think I'm gonna go yellow. Yeah.
They're dope. They're so hard to find now. These were even hard enough to find when they came out. They didn't come out in Canada, I don't think. And they've been tough to find since they dropped.
Tough to find decent. You see them now, and they're pretty messed up. It's like,
Yeah. People have stupid prices on them.
yeah.
Then they sat again for another 4 years. They didn't release any Jordan 2s. Then they came back with a bunch of, I'm going to call them suspect colorways. I was not digging these personally.
I like this one. I like this
ones?
colorway. Yeah, I think my dad actually picked them up.
So you got like a cement infrared.
The colorways were okay, but the real bad thing with these was the build on them.
Yeah, they were
the
bad.
build on from these 2013s and up, 2014s and up that's the suspect part. Like these things were completely different.
So I bought a pair of these off a guy secondhand for really cheap, like $60. And he brought them to me and they were like in decent shape. And then I grabbed the shoe and I opened it or I pulled the tongue and he had cut the straps. So if you don't know, Jordan shoes have like elastic straps that hold the tongue to your foot.
Which was very I'm sorry to cut you off there, Adam, but that was very performance based in 1986. That was like where the twos jumped up ahead of any other Air shoes at the time. Were like having that elastic was very
they had like these thick kind of elastic straps from the tongue down under the insole, and so you could pull the tongue out, put your shoe in. It would almost hold without laces. Like you wouldn't necessarily need laces on them. And he had cut them, and I was like, why did you do this? So I still bought them because they were cheap enough, and I was like, it's not going to bother me. It bothered me. It bothered me every single time I put them on.
Of course.
And I ended up selling them because I couldn't do it. And we got a Nightshade colorway and iron purple.
No. Yeah, I didn't like this era of twos, man. The build on them was just wild suspect. They were like half the weight of even the retros from 5 years before. I'm like, what is... These are extra cheap now.
Those were the All-Star ones, right? Are those All-Stars?
No.
I don't think they came out in All-Star.
These were an All-Star. Then later in that year, come back again to the original, the silver or neutral gray. They call it cement gray. I thought they were calling it neutral gray for a while. Second time since the Countdown pack. Then Don C gets his mitts on these shoes, and they let him create a sort of quilted premium. First one he did was this blue. What do you guys think about the Don C's?
I like
the Don C.
All right.
Yeah, it's a cool take on the Air Jordan 2. Not like too far from the idea of the original shoe itself, and just some cool materials added up to it.
It's not too crazy. For what he did, he made him look luxury. And that's like what we were talking about, how it was like based off, Italian leather, all that kind of stuff. And he kind of brought it back a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
With like a modern look to it now.
Nice materials. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they came with a matching hat, right, for all of them?
I think so.
I think so. I'm not sure about the blue ones. The other two, definitely. The blue, I think so, yeah. The next one up is in 2016 was this one with a couple multicolored eyelets.
Radio Raheem's great story. Bad baby.
R.I.P.
So Radio Raheem.
What was the story behind these?
So Do the Right Thing is a film by Spike Lee. I don't know if you've heard of it. 1989, one of the best films of all time. And in it is who's the actor? He just passed away.
Bill Nunn.
Yeah.
Bill Nunn. Yeah. So Bill Nunn He plays Radio Raheem. He's this big dude, carries around a boombox and just strolls the streets and
And has
kind of
his
gets into
rings.
fights and is a little bit aggressive, a little bit abrasive sometimes. And yeah, he wears the love and hate rings that you might have seen. But yeah, so this was kind of based on some of his gear in the show, and I don't know if they talked to Spike.
The colorway was based off the cover, the movie cover.
Was it?
Yeah, it wasn't based off his gear because in the movie he's wearing the white and red Revolutions, which is its own thing on itself. But like,
oh
these,
my god,
these
I
colors,
love Revolution.
I thought it was some of his clothing or something, but
no, these colors are from the color of the movie poster with the blue and the pink and the orange.
So again, we're talking like dope story, but not super effective. And then Jermaine chimed in with the build issues. Like, it's still in that era of just not built right.
No, definitely not. And it's a shame, man, because cool store, anything to do with Do the Right Thing, I'm all over. Yeah. And like, I let these go easily. Yeah. Easily.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but looking back at these, 5 years later, these look like a creative wreck or like a skate shoe from Journeys.
It does. It looks like a skate shoe.
It looks like a Supra right now. Yeah. The more and more I look at this, it's a Supra.
Yeah. It definitely does.
It's just those eyelet colors, it's the way the blues, the way they put it all together. It just, yeah. If I look at it from the midsole down, it looks cool, and then coming up, it looks like a Supra.
From the midsole down, so just the midsole.
Just the midsole. Yeah.
I hate to say it, but it fuck.
Yeah.
Which
and
they
then
the ball.
We've got another Don C came out with this beach colorway, like a tan. Again, premium materials, quilted, came with a hat.
The
really
packaging
nice.
for this was super dope. I remember it coming to one of the stores I managed.
The packaging was nice.
And someone brought it in, and it had the nice hat. I think it came with like the bags.
Yeah.
It's a nice red box that
it was a huge box.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Huge box. Then we got the very first black and red colorway on a Jordan 2. Hadn't been one yet. And nobody cared in 2016.
Nope. They still don't.
Still cares. Then we got the Wing It. This was based off of that famous Jordan.
You know it's true.
that famous Jordan black and white advertisement.
Was that the one where he would that poster?
No.
Yeah.
It was the one where you could only see where he's wearing the Jordan 2s.
Oh, right, his feet. All you see is his feet.
Imagine it, yeah.
So that's why it's black and white. It's a grayscale colorway. It's got a few interesting details on it and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I like those.
I don't think this one did super well in 2016.
Was it just this was just a general release, right?
It was a pretty general release, but it was like...
Man, a shoe like this should have came out packaged, either come with a poster or something to, give you a little bit of that background. Because they used to do that with some Jordans. They used to come with posters.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I skipped one. I just realized. 2010, these violet Jordan 2s came out. Now, these were a collaboration with Vashti Kola, who is like a tastemaker, DJ, celebrity artist kind of thing from the early 2000s. She's super dope, a dope personality and really into sneakers. And I think this was the first collaboration with a female ever.
Yeah.
That Jordan had done. And and the first, they came out in women's sizes, extended sizes, so you could find them. But super dope.
Her story was wild for how she got this collaboration. Like, it just kind of happened over coffee. It was
like a subtle thing.
Yeah, I know she had a birthday cake. She had her birthday at a club or something, had a Jordan 3 shaped cake. And one of her friends was working at Jordan Brand. A day after, saw her, walking down the street, oh, we should have coffee, catch up sometime. I'm working for the Jordan Brand now. And she's like, oh shit, I love Jordan. I love sneakers, I love Jordans. And then showed him a picture of the shoes. And literally a week later, they were already working on the shoe. Like they wanted to get her input on making collaboration on the twos.
So of course they give the first shoe, the test shoe is like the shoe nobody wants. The Jordan 2.
Yeah, and hoping that her influence would get people to buy it.
See, because I guess there you would be able to see a bump, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it worked too well. I think these went to outlets.
Yeah, I think there's an outlet photo down there in the left corner, like where your cursor is right now.
This one?
Yeah, is that an outlet photo? That's definitely an outlet photo.
A lot of no box tops. But now you'd be hard pressed to find a pair in any condition today. Yeah. Any size, any condition, they're like non-existent, which is cool because people wore them. People bought these and actually wore them into the ground.
Yeah.
That makes me feel good.
Super cool. Again, so we had that Soul Collector definitive guide. Unfortunately, it only goes till 2016. So we pulled up a few pairs of more recent Jordan 2s from 2016. In 2017, another Dawn C came out. It's called the Arctic Orange, but we all know it's pink. And these came in kid sizes as well, GS sizes. Came with the hat, that quilted upper, premium uppers. Then we had another new low. These Gym Red.
Yes.
The ones that people were calling the Red Octobers?
I guess. I just call them Gym Red.
These are for a great price. Oh yeah. You can get them for a great price too.
Yeah.
And I think this was the first pair where they brought back the outsole sizing, where they put the size on the outsole like they did in the OG pairs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did it. They didn't do that for a bunch of years on the retros, but like on this round, they brought that back, and they brought back Nike as well, which is dope. So
yeah,
great comeback on you. You can still get these for a great grip.
Yeah, they're not too expensive. Then the Jordan 2 went to the Quai 54 tournament in Paris, France. We got a cream. You have these, Jermaine, don't you?
I don't. I'm after him. No, not that one, but I love these.
Cream upper. You got gold hits all around. You got a sort of clear, like a milky. I forgot these had that milky sole, Jermaine.
But they're not Jordan 11s, so it's okay. They're not Jordan 11s. It's only one of them.
With the Quai logo under the ball of the foot. This is a clean.
Oh man, shoe. Yeah, I'm in love with these.
And then the Quai 54 logos, P75 on the heel. This one doesn't do it for you, Har? This isn't it?
Nah, still nothing. Sorry. Right. I saw a few of these out when I was at the Quai tournament. They're not bad. They look nice on feet. I'll give them that. They don't look too bad on feet, but just not my style, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, to like twos, you gotta be built a certain way. There's no one who's like, oh yeah, those are okay. Like you love twos or you hate them.
Yeah.
Straight up.
There's no in between. Then we had the Jordan 2 Converse Pack that came out in 2017. It was a Jordan 2 that was that original colorway, white black, without the piping, like Jermaine talked about earlier. But then it had a switch up with that North Carolina UNC blue heel.
Almost like a what the Jordan team shoe.
A little bit. And it also came with, what is this, Pro Leather?
Yeah.
I think that's Pro Leather.
Converse Pro Leather.
Yeah.
That I guess he wore in North Carolina University.
For those of you that don't know, Converse is owned by Nike, and I think they still are.
Yep.
True.
Right?
True story.
Yes, sir.
So that's why they did this. There's no way they'd be collaborating with anybody outside of their own brands.
Yeah.
These are nice. Like I would take a pair of these if I could find one for a decent price.
I don't like these.
See, out of these ones, I only wanted the Converse. I didn't care about
Me too. I only wanted the Converses too. Yeah.
I only wanted the Converse. We could have split it 50-50.
100%.
Did we ever get them in Calgary? We did.
We did, yeah.
Did we wear?
Yeah, like, we had them at House of Hoops. They just
dude, they had them on clearance at the Sunridge Foot Locker at one point.
Damn.
Yeah, and I think Marlboro too had them on clearance.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I would have bought one right then and there, but they didn't have my size. So
Damn. Well, in 2018 we had this retro, the first time retro of that mellow colorway, those Denver Nuggets ones. Do you have these ones, Jermaine, or do you have the first one?
I've got the OG pair. Shouts to Index down in Portland. That was the first pair I ever bought from them back in, I think it was 2012 or something like that.
Yeah.
Mikey gave me a great deal on them, but yeah, it was the O-Fair.
Does the 2012 have mellow in the insole, or 24?
No. There's no mellow anything written on them.
Yeah, so 20. You got that. You got 15. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a mellow shoe back then. It was just.
I think that was the only way they could sell them again, is of calling it the mellow and calling it a PE.
Just ridiculous. And with the 19s as well, just retconning these insoles to put mellow on them.
Did they ever do a black pair of these?
No.
No, I think that was like.
He has a PE pair,
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Mellow has a black.
But they never released it to the public, right? Oh.
No.
See, that would be a pair I would want a gun for.
The black pair.
Black pair.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Moving along. Sorry, I stopped sharing the screen. Got twos to go through. In 2018, the Black History Month, so February of 2019, the Black History Month Jordan 2s came out.
These deserve to have premium materials, man. I wanted to get these so bad until I saw them in the store. I'm just like, oh, this build, man. I couldn't do it. Such a dope, like, collaboration of colors. And like, it looks like it's fire materials when you get it in your hand. Yeah. And you get it in your hands. It's like, oh, it's still this new, extra light, super like non-traditional build, man.
Yeah, it's not.
Twos are supposed to be heavy
quality.
as fuck.
Yeah,
they were, man. Even though fours are all so heavy and so soft and so plush.
That's the one thing I noticed from when I worked at Champs, and when we started dropping twos, I'm like, these are like paperweights.
They're so
like they're just so light.
Yeah, they're so light, man. Like, those noodles couldn't do it. Cutting too many corners.
And we have one more Jordan 2 that came out in a women's colorway just last year. This multicolor, multi-material.
Is this supposed to be a what the type?
Sort of a what the, yeah. Like
what the with stuff that never really existed? Well, I guess it does, because you got the candy pack.
Sort of.
Kind of.
Sort of. I don't know what to call it. We'll call it multicolor. That's what they call it. Yeah, not great.
Yeah.
I'm with Har on this one. This one's a no-go.
Yeah.
On top of that, we did this last week with the ones. There were some other kinds of Jordan 2s that have come out over the years. I think we're probably missing a few. I can't think of any more. If we missed any colorways, hit us up. We didn't chat about PEs. We didn't go that route. That would have been a long combo. We went the PE route or the sample route. But in 2016, I think it was 2017, they came out with the deconstructed or the decon Jordan 2. I know Albert probably likes these because he was digging those decon ones. These came out in a lot of colors. Like,
come on, Jermaine, defend it, Jermaine.
With the weight of the
deconstruction.
Yeah.
Jermaine's not defending nothing.
I don't know if you know who I am, but I don't do this kind of stuff. No.
These are probably just as light as the retros that are out right now.
Lighter.
Just as trash.
Yeah, these are terrible. And then I don't know when this would have been.
That was 2010, because
2010?
2010, 2011, because that was when I picked them up.
So this is when they started kind of trying to update the old models to be able to play in, right?
I did play in these, though. I did play ball in these, and they're not bad, but I sold them a couple months later.
So this was called the Air Jordan 2.0. And you got an Air Jordan 2 upper, but then your midsole is totally flipped, and you got a full-length Air Max bubble. And a brand new outsole. Herringbone.
Unneeded, man. If you own twos, you know those things are comfortable or pillows as hell. That's the biggest difference between twos and ones is how comfortable they are. So the fact you needed to add a 360 bag to these, man, it just screams the era. They're putting 360 bags on everything back then.
Yeah, it was that
Yo,
time.
everything had 360 bags.
Yeah.
It was nasty.
It was because the midsole was so thick. Like the whole sole was just super thick on the shoes. On its
soft though. You would sink into those things, man. They're almost too soft to play in.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I love about the twos in comparison to like ones or even the threes. Like, how are these twos so like pillowy soft? And then we're getting shoes that are coming after that.
But I will say the leather on these ones were they were like cardboard. They were stiff. They were super stiff.
I don't remember much about these. I never was looking at them.
Yeah, you're lucky. I sacrificed my feet for these.
Well, that's it.
Albert, quick question. What would make you get those as opposed to getting just like Air Jordan 2s?
Well, they didn't have them in the store when I bought them. They didn't have any twos. And then those ones I think were on clearance for like $50.
The price.
Yeah. And it was just like I was looking for a ball shoe, but I wanted a Jordan. But yeah, that was what they had.
Yeah, you're kind of in that dead zone when nothing came out after 2010.
Yeah, because I was that same year. I also bought the Air Max Comforts or whatever they called them. The Air Max
12s.
The Jordan 11s.
I had a pair of the 12s.
The Comfort is Max.
Yeah, they were pretty comfy. Like, you know, they felt like an Air Max. They're kind of a weird fit.
But we looked crazy though. Like looking like wearing those. I was wearing the 12s. I had the 12s, but we looked crazy. They were comfortable.
Yeah.
But look at like wearing those shits now. Like,
the French blue.
What are we doing? I had the freshwater joints. They're like black and teal. Yeah. I got them from Nike on South Beach for like same thing as Albert's, cheap as hell. And like they had nothing there, and I can't leave this trip and get no.
It's exactly
pairs of
what
shoes.
it was. Like, I didn't buy my 2.0s in Calgary. I don't remember where. I think I bought them in Edmonton or some shit. And I was like, at Foot Locker, I'm like, I can't go back to Calgary with nothing.
Yeah.
Like the outlet didn't have anything. Yeah, it was like that. That was a weird time zone for Jordan because it was just dead. There was anything cool.
Yeah.
That was the first time I bought a pair of Jordan 1 mids.
Whoa!
Was it actually?
Being in Las Vegas and not wanting to come back empty-handed, there was nothing I wanted, and they had those lifestyle joint. They were like the gray and blue and red, and I was like, no, like you can't get these. You can't get any lifestyle stuff. And I was just like, yeah, I'll take those.
You had to talk to yourself to get them.
Just cause.
Yeah.
And obviously, don't have them today, so you know what happened.
Yeah,
they're gone. Well, that's it for the Jordan 2s this week. I think we did a pretty extensive look at everything. If we missed anything, again, hit us up. If we missed any like weirdo, we didn't do I just remember we didn't have the Jordan New Retro 2, but there was a New Retro 2.
That's okay.
That came out in 03, 04.
That's okay.
Similar to the New Retro 1 we talked about. Had like a lace cover. Had like a covering from the tip of the toe all the way up to the ankle.
Huh.
Super.
I feel like we brought it up last week.
It came up with the New Retro 1.
Yeah, we might have showed a snippet. So go back to that one and check that.
Yeah, if you want to see it, just look it up.
Or don't. You can always not.
Or don't.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I hope everyone's enjoying this at home. I think we're going to keep rolling with this theme of going through all the Air Jordan models every week. So I think next week,
hype beast, get ready.
The Jordan 3. Why don't we get a little taste of the Jordan 3 to come for next week? Because we have recently some new picks have come out about A Ma Manière Jordan 3. That is an Atlanta boutique. They have stores in Washington, D.C., Houston. I think that's it, in Atlanta. And they're doing their first Jordan collaboration, and they get a Jordan 3. Not many pictures out, just these two so far. But you got their logo on, and you got a quilted interior. You got some suede hits and a pre-aged midsole.
They're a women's pair, right? Is that right?
I don't think
That's a men's or unisex, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a men's pair.
Is it?
And it says like kids sizing too.
Yeah, adults
Yeah.
and kids. I think it's men's. Yeah. Yeah. So we haven't seen the back. I'm curious what kind of heel tabs they have on these. If they went with Nike Air, or if they got their own custom, or if they get the Jumpman.
Right.
That'll be interesting to see.
For sure.
I love how they're doing. Now, not to take the wind out of sails for next week, but like how they're doing the toes now on the threes a lot more the OG style. I'm really in love with that because there were some chunky pieces of shit, man, about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really tightening up on the threes design, and I, for one, I'm here for it.
Yeah, they really. I think they kind of started that with those all red Chicago ones.
Chicago joints, yeah.
That was like the first one they started doing. That was 2018. I want to say,
yeah.
2019.
Yep, Chicago All-Star 2018. It was Chicago. Yep.
Yeah, and then we'll get into that next week when we start chatting about the Jordan 3. But here's a little taste of what's to come for the Jordan 3 in 2021. So look out for these in spring. I think they'll be pretty tough to get. They'll probably be just through. This might be another trophy room situation on our hands. We'll see. We'll see how that one goes. Yeah, I think the threes will be good. We got a lot to chat about. I don't know if we can come up with. Do you think we can come up with every single colorway of Jordan 3s?
Man, that'd be at least 3-episode show.
We're
gonna have to be discerning eyes.
Yeah.
Do our best to come up with whatever we can. If anyone out there is a Jordan 3 expert and they love the Jordan 3, hit us up. You want to come on the show? You want to chat Jordan 3s? We would love to have a fresh face on the show.
It's hype time. Here we go, guys.
Let's do it.
This is it. We gotta love threes.
I guess it's that time. It's time for a hot take.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
I don't know how to bring this one up. This is kind of a little bit of an old hot take. It's a fall winter 2020 release, but it came on my radar again because there's sort of a new release. So what do you want? Want me to like kind of chat through it a little bit and then give it to you?
Sure.
Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. So we've got a collaboration between Maison Margiela, some French boutique, and Reebok. This was a shoe that came out last year. It was the Reebok Instapump Fury Tabby in like a boot with this like split toe.
Ninja
like
toe.
The Rift split toe. It came in a bunch of colors. The reason it's coming up this week is they're coming out really soon with a classic leather with the split toe.
If you're a ninja, you need these.
Kind of, yeah. The Air Rift, riffing on the Air Rift style.
How much are these going for? Because I just saw those boots that you brought up were $1,500.
Yeah, like stupid high fashion junk. Sort of what Har said before is like streetwear is the new high fashion. I don't know.
Man,
this is kind of going the other way where high fashion is trying to be streetwear. What do you guys think about this?
I finished the program that was about streetwear with Parsons University, and almost everyone talks about fucking streetwear being high fashion, and it annoys the shit out of me. Like it's not. It's like
and exists.
It has a word fucking street
oxymoron
in it.
Yeah.
Right? Street and luxury, in my opinion, shouldn't combine. I'm not a fucking fan of it. I don't give a fuck about these. These are stupid. And people wearing them just make sneakers look dumb.
Yeah, word.
Straight up. What is it about the Instapump Fury that Reebok fucking whores these things out?
Yeah.
And I like how many crazy collabs from the high fashion world of Instapump Furies do we have?
They probably Reebok probably has one French guy or girl that like just talks this shit up. You need to use this.
They probably spent so much money on this like new Instapump Fury technology that just was.
But they have to use it.
Just was so terrible, and like it never worked. It like never made it onto any. It was on one Iverson, I think.
Yeah.
And and then they had a couple runners, and it just like never worked. So they're just like, why not just throw it on everything? I guess.
Man,
like,
you know what? I bet you anything. It's because if they were to use like a D Brown Reebok pump, it's not luxury enough for them.
it's too basketball, really.
Yeah, it's too basketball. It's too urban. Let's say that. It's too urban.
There's like a
Vultures, man. Vultures. I can hear them circling. This is ridiculous.
This one doesn't have
Man,
it,
I hate it.
but
I
these
hate
ones have
everything
like a,
streetwear
they have like a
luxury.
hexalite. These have like a hexalite in the heel.
Reebok, stop doing these wasteful fucking collabs and just bring back the G
Seriously,
units.
man.
I just want my G units back. You want to do a collab with a Psycho. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, that's what's up.
Hopefully these come with socks, like all the Air Rifts come with.
Hopefully people just wear them barefoot, man. That's luxury, bro. Luxury barefoot.
Yeah, bro.
Barefoot in a classic
on.
leather.
You
And I
don't
hope
need
it's
socks.
I hope it's leather on the interior. So
Just
don't
the
need
worst. The absolute worst. Vultures picking and choosing what they want to do, being like, oh,
I honestly hate it. I hate
bad
people putting streetwear and luxury together. It just streetwear was made for people that couldn't afford luxury shit, and we were like brands were clowning all the luxury brands, and now it's like fuck collabing with everything. I blame Supreme. I blame Supreme for this shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You're
maybe.
talking
Yeah, they started this,
the
man.
biggest one that has maybe legitimized it is that Supreme Louis Vuitton collab.
Yeah.
That really
Like, look at what they did back in the day where they got that cease and desist. That was a streetwear from Supreme I loved. Where it's like you got in shit for doing it, and when you got in shit, when you got a cease and desist, you're making.
Wasn't it from
that
Louis
was like
Vuitton?
it was from Louis Vuitton, and then Louis Vuitton. It
And
was
then
like
you
when it
collaborated
went. It was almost when Supreme sold shares of their company and they were public. It was like, okay, let's just collab with everyone now because it's kind of their. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And
then
The rich
everybody
guys
else-
got a hold of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody else is like, yeah, let's do it too. Like even seeing some of the small brands that I've seen from like my classmates and stuff. Everyone says their stuff is luxury. They're luxury this, luxury that. I'm like, then go do high fashion. You don't need to do streetwear.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, that luxury shit doesn't get past the runway. Nobody's gonna be out there looking for those Instapump Furies, man.
No.
Nobody. Not a single person.
Hell no.
Only designers putting them on models as they walk up and down. That's it. That's
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
On pictures for IG or any kind of photo dumps or anything like that. You, me, next guy I've got on the street, nobody wants them.
Nope.
Nobody.
Man, and I've always wanted to know so I've always seen like New York Fashion Week, and you know how some of the fashion is so crazy. It's just, does anyone ever walk out in public like that? Like
Never.
that actual
No,
outfit?
no.
Never.
And it's just like,
Maybe in New York.
No, I doubt it.
Maybe.
that's like the thing I see. I don't know.
The stuff
I'm
they
not-
do
I'm not
on the runway is only for the runway.
Yeah,
Right.
They
like,
don't,
right.
they don't do
I'm
it
not-
anywhere else.
I'm not in the industry of high fashion, so I don't know, but I've always just been curious. Like, if
Yeah.
you were to see someone in like a whole transparent suit, like, how come no one's wearing that in the office?
Yeah, straight up.
With like
yeah,
goldfish-
exactly.
I've been
goldfish
waiting for a
floating
couple
around it.
Victoria's Secret, angels to be walking around. Doesn't happen. Does not happen.
I don't understand getting into the line of designing clothes that are only for the runway. Isn't that like
Oh, bro.
the opposite of what you're trying to do by designing the clothes in the first place? Like, if you're making shit that only gets as far as, New York Fashion Week or Art Basel, what's really the point of getting this
You're
stuff
making
out?
art, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
The
you know what? Yeah.
You're making
Yeah.
art at that point. It's a showcase.
Yeah.
Your model, like that's why models are so in such weird. I think we're getting way off topic of sneakers.
Are we
but
though?
Models are such weird, like very thin, very like odd shapes, and they like design
Kendall
them as their
Jenner.
canvas, and they're like using it as art. But there is something to be said about like, then transitioning that into like your fall winter collection of clothes, like
Yeah.
sort of like why do it that way and then release it this way? Like
Yeah.
a lot of brands do this, and you make them dual function, right? You can still
Yeah.
be art, and that's what we love about sneakers. I think a lot of
sure.
it is art.
It is art.
It's art
Oh,
meets
yeah.
technology meets like durable fashion.
Yep.
And I think when you combine those things, those are the most successful things, in my opinion, when it comes to fashion, when it comes to like fashion or sneakers or whatever you're talking about.
Yeah, for the real. There's a sector that needs to be told what's dope. And it's like, if it didn't sell a lot, it's not dope. It has to sell a lot. Like if it goes to outlets, it's not fire. But if it sells out, it's fire. And I think that's a part of the sneakerhead community that will even start to like remotely go towards this high fashion shit because they're being told. And that's what I think that like designers are exploiting. Just that part of the culture that's not really about, what they actually love. They're just kind of being told what to love. And it's like, hey, we're telling you this is fire. So guess what? It's fire. I love this. I love this. And it's a cold game.
A celebrity wearing it.
Exactly.
That says it's cool.
Yeah. It's sad, bro. Sad. We need to get out of this era. This is really prominent in these last couple of years. This high fashion collab bullshit, man. It's not working.
I think we're just toe deep into it. I think we're getting
probably right.
It's tough.
Sorry to say.
Probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with like for me when I'm always looking at people's feet. Obviously, like you guys, you look at people's feet.
Yeah.
But I love streetwear, so I want to see what's your combination going up. But if you're just wearing like a hype pair of shoes, some fucking off-white pants, a Supreme BOGO tee, a North Face Supreme jacket, you're wearing thousands of dollars, but you look stupid.
Like a fucking clown.
Yeah.
There's no style. You put all this money into having dope shit, but you don't have a staple piece. And don't tell me you have a fucking Fear of God essential piece. That's not, just because it says essential doesn't mean it's essential. A white tee, a black tee, that's essential. Control the hype. That's, I think for me, being in the streetwear industry, and if I were to give advice to anyone coming up or anyone that's like into this shit, is control the hype. You can have 1 to 2 dope hype pieces and then just like everything simpled out. You don't need anything super crazy.
It's about controlling your hype, right? It's like don't get sucked into this. Try not to get sucked into this peer pressure world of like having to have the latest, having to have like all these different pieces. Oh, you don't have a Supreme thing? Who are you? You don't have a Bape thing? Who are you? Like buy the things you like, build your own flair, your own style, build your own outfits. I know like we all probably do this, but it's like Albert said, your statement piece is like your sneakers. It's like you're gonna grab your sneakers and then you're gonna probably build an outfit around that.
Yeah,
usually
foundations, man.
Every time.
Foundations. I always say
unless
that.
Jermaine has a wild chalk line jacket of something. But
even those, I build it. I start with the sneakers. I always start with the shoes. Even those, like it's crazy because like I'll have chalk line jackets that are sitting for months, or pieces or dope shirts that I'm wearing for months that I haven't been able to get out because I haven't got to the sneakers I want to wear with them yet. It always starts with the shoe.
Man,
always.
If you're a tip for anyone putting pieces together, just remember this: when you build a house, you don't build the roof first, right? You build the base.
Foundation.
So use your foundations, man. Start out your shoes and just work your way up. It doesn't have to be super crazy. Like you can go all black. This is my style: is all black and then like a dope pair of sneakers and a dope hat or something. Like some small piece that kind of like catches your eye.
And you can always pop with a pair of shoes, right?
Yeah,
for sure. And on the other end, don't be afraid to wear some colors, because I know a lot of people are scared to wear some colors, man. Get some colors out there as well, because you can do that as well. And just keep it you. Just keep it you at the end of the day. All this fucking cloud and all this bullshit where you're trying to look like exactly like the latest influencer you saw, that's all out the window, because at the end of the day, it's you and the mirror. And that's it. And you're going to get to a certain age where it's still just going to be you and the mirror. And
and those
influencers,
influencers
to look at yourself and like be able to be solid.
And those influencers get paid. They get paid to wear that shit. So they don't give a fuck what they look like, right? They could look like a walking billboard of hype. But they got paid. They got all that shit for free.
Everybody
thinks that's not a job for you.
That if I dress like that person, then I'm going to get paid. That's sort of the mentality I'm seeing is like that person dresses this way and does these things and they get paid and free shit for doing that. So if I do that, then I'm going to get paid. But they did something unique to get them to that usually.
Right.
Usually they did something unique to get to that position. So you got to do your thing the way you want to do it, become that unique thing, and then maybe you will get into that ballpark. Maybe you won't. 99% of people won't do that. So you better be doing it for yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
and if you guys need advice on this shit, hit us up. hit us up in the comments. Ask us like what's a
Hit us
good
up.
piece to put with what. Like
YYC Soldiers fashion advice. Fashion
there you
police
go,
right
man.
here. Hype police fashion advisors. We got it all
Don't-
on this team right here. So
Don't always listen to the internet. Don't
Yeah.
always
No.
listen to the internet.
I mean,
Internet's
we're on
not
the
for you.
internet, but don't listen
But I
to
mean-
the internet.
the internet.
Listen to
We're
the internet.
we're the
Yeah.
www. Don't listen to the www dot.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Don't forget the interwebs.
Yeah. So yeah, if you have any questions about that stuff, or if you think opposite, maybe you are digging hype and you're like, hype is the most important thing in the world. Come tell us. Come chat with us. Why? We want to hear your stories. And like I said before, we're going to do Jordan 3s next week. So
That'd
if
be
you're
fun.
a big Jordan 3 fan, we'd love to have some fresh blood on here, chat about Jordan 3s, why they love them, why they hate them. You hate the Jordan 3s. Come on, and we can talk about it all show next week. I think that's it for this week. We're still in quarantine. We're still in mental health check awareness time. So hit up your family, hit up your friends, get outside. Weather's a little bit nicer in YYC right now. So get outside, see some people if you can at a safe distance. Be safe and reach out to those who want to chat with you. And we're always free to chat sneakers or chat anything on Instagram at YYC Soldiers, on the Facebook groups, on our YouTube channel that you follow. And you can listen to us on Spotify, listen to us on all those streaming platforms, thanks to Fresh Take Network hooking us up with those. So if you haven't listened to, if this is the first time listening, you should head back, listen to the Jordan 1 segment last week before we jump into Jordan 3s next week. So yeah, let's take a minute and sign off for this week. What's our slogan? Let's do it this week. Nobody? All right. We'll sign off. Buy what you like, wear what you buy.
How low can you go? Tell me how deep can you dig? Tell me how far can you kiss? How high can you jump? Tell me do you do a lot of drugs? Tell me do you sip a lot of bub? How far can you go? Tell me are you down for the